Hi there, this is Melissa from Domestic Heights. Today we're going to make a general layered flower here. I love this flower because it's so easy to make and it just looks really impressive, especially when you use the right cardstock. So here I've gathered my materials for this project. We have the templates, the cutouts. I've used a sort of metallic color here, which looks really great in this tiered layered flower. I have a little scraping device here that I think came with a transfer tape pack that I'm going to use to curl. If you don't have anything like this, you can use a credit card or any sort of straight edge. And then I have tacky glue here. And then the last thing I have here is tape, which I don't always use, but depending on the layered flower, sometimes I want to add a little more elevation, in which case I'll use tape to sort of add more spacing between the layers. So here we're just going to start by doing a nice little curl to each of the layers. I love this metallic, sometimes it's called shimmer paper, because it just adds so much depth. The only problem with this is the brand that I have that has all the nice colors, that's a little bit lighter weight, so sometimes it doesn't hold as well. But at the same time, it also makes it easier to add this different paper flower art because it's so light, it just hangs easily. So really straightforward, a nice little curl to each of the petals. Let's see which one is this. I think this one. This one goes there. Sometimes after I do this, I don't use all the layers, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, this one needs a little more. Okay. Okay, so yeah. So as you can see, if I just stack them on top of each other, it's a little bit flat. So there's a couple things that you can do to make this, to elevate the different layers. The first thing I do, I usually start with, I do this on the bottom layers because I've designed most of my templates so the bottom layers are a little bit closer in size to each other. So the first one I do is I curled it this way and then I invert it at the first layer, which naturally adds a little bit of depth. Yeah, I think it looks good. So I'm just gonna add a little dab of glue in there. Yeah. Tacky glue is a super versatile glue that I like to use for a lot of different projects, but it does take a little bit longer to dry than other ones. Okay, so next layer up. This next one I think I'm just gonna do as normal. So you want to offset obviously the petals a little bit. I'm sure we don't have a lopsided. That's not perfect, but that's okay. So this next one, I think I want to add a little more elevation because it's very similar in size to the layer below. And the way I do that is I create a little loop. You can use any kind of tape because you don't really see it. If you want to add extra glue, just make sure that it stays in place because the tape sometimes will fall apart if you hang this. You can do that, but I'm not going to do that right now. So as you can see, there's just ever so slight amount of elevation between these two layers, and it creates a really nice 3D effect. So here in this next one, I think I'm going to do the same thing. It's really a personal preference. Okay, so as we get closer to the top, I tend to fold. So this top one, I'm just gonna probably fold all the petals in like this. And the second to the top one, we're gonna fold it in more, but not quite all the way. And then this top tier, because I need to add a little bit more pressure, I'm just gonna do that first. And then, let's see how this looks. Yeah, very good. Add a little bit more. And then offset the petals. And there you go. All set, super easy. If you're using tacky glue, it takes about a couple hours to fully dry. And then after that, you can use it for a number of different paper flower art projects.